In Iraq, government forces backed by the U.S. are on the verge of retaking all of the city of Mosul. But ISIS has mounted a bloody last stand in the few neighborhoods it still controls. Today, a suicide bomber blew himself up while blending in with civilians trying to escape. Charlie D'Agata is there.
We swept into the old city with U.S.-backed Iraqi special forces on a cloud of debris, through the twisted maze of streets where die-hard ISIS fighters have dug in. When the roads narrowed too much, we had no choice but to continue on foot.
This is just a hint of the destruction in the old city. The cameras really can't do it justice. It just goes on forever, for miles. Just whole buildings, whole neighborhoods have been wiped out. This is what it costs to get rid of ISIS.
And yet, the fighting continues, with Iraqi forces evacuating their wounded while leaving bodies of ISIS fighters to lie where they fell.
There are still mortars and gunfire that are flying around in these neighborhoods as we try to pass through. We just had to take cover as we heard one come in and exploded just a couple buildings away.
No one knows how many residents have weathered the 8 months of fighting. Earlier this week, ISIS militants blew up the famous Al-Nouri mosque rather than surrender it to Iraqi forces. It's where the group's leader, Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, first declared the creation of the so-called caliphate 3 years ago.
The Russians are now saying that Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi is dead. What do you think?
He's not important anymore, said General Abdul Ghani al-Assadi. As far as we're concerned, he's just another ISIS fighter. For weary soldiers here, victory means making sure there's nothing left of ISIS. Charlie D'Agata, CBS News, Western Mosul, Iraq.